What if your Asana could automatically write emails like this? Or write blog posts like this one? Well, in this video, I'm going to be breaking down how we turn Asana into a content generation machine that runs on autopilot all through the power of AI Studio. So you're not going to want to miss this one. Let's get into the demo. I'm going to jump right into it. I'm going to walk you through this process kind of step by step, and then I'll show you what it looks like in the back end. So let's go and view our form. So I'm going to submit this form. There's not a lot of content on purpose here, not a lot of questions. And I'm just going to show you how it works and then show you how we built it. So in this case, we are launching a new campaign and need assets created. So use case here is you are a marketing team, you're receiving incoming requests for content. So in this case, we need a blog, we need an email blast and a post to go out. And the real use case here is, yes, we would ideally want everything inside of Asana, but I've been finding when I'm speaking with prospects or new customers, they have requests coming from multiple places. And so a request could be submitted via Smartsheet, for example, and then there's like a high level document that is provided, and they want to use that to inform what's going on in Asana. Or there's a Word doc that's been generated, and all the planning happens there with multiple people, and then from there, they need to synthesize it down to a creative brief to then execute on it. So that's what this use case really is. I'm going to attach my file here, go to my desktop, and I'm going to bring in my file. So this would have been the output of that Smartsheet submission or that like brief that everyone's working on inside of Google Docs. We got a PDF here. So let's go and submit that. I'm going to go back to our project here. And we're going to see that it comes in right to there. That was really quick. So came in just now. We've got our doc and it's got information. So what I'm going to do first thing is on the submission side, we're going to move it to brief creation. It's important we get our team on the same page. This could happen automatically, obviously, but for the purpose of this demo, I'm going to do this part manually for you. So I'm going to click on creative brief creation. It's going to move to our brief creation section. And then let's go into the task here because it's going to start working on this request. So what you see is the AI Studio rule has been triggered. We've got this nice new gradient to represent our AI Studio teammate that's in the mix. And so right now it's thinking through its objective. There we go. And so the first thing it's done is it's gone through. Let's show the details of it. So it's received the request through the submission, and it said thoughts. After reviewing the campaign planning document, I can extract all key information needed to create a comprehensive project brief. The document contains details about Brandon's AI-powered content summaries, campaign, including the overview, target personas, KPIs, all the information that all of these stakeholders would have gathered. And so it's given me that information in a brief here. Here it all is formatted really nicely. We've got our key messaging here. We've got the deliverables that we need. We don't have any goals and KPI information just yet, but it's got all of the different people that we need to bring together. And it's gotten us a really good start. Now, of course, with AI, we can, give it more detailed instructions and tell it exactly what we want the output to look like. But in this case, here is our brief. All right. So that's step one. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to go and start creating our content. So at this point, we would usually have someone come in and read the brief and then start planning to create the blog or the social posts or the emails. But in this case, we're going to have AI do that all for us. So I'm going to go and I'm going to move this to draft creation. It's going to move the task right down here. And let's go back in. And you're going to see a couple of subtasks pop in shortly here. All right, so it is working right now. It's thinking. You can see that it's thinking about what blog it's going to create based on the content. It's thinking about the email that it's creating as well, but it's also renamed our task here. And so I gave it that really vague description or title when I submitted my form, but it's renamed this to new campaign launch, blog, email. So it's taken the deliverables, put them in here, and then it's set that date for the campaign. Here we go. It's starting to output, and we've got our first bit of work to review. So what's important about AI? We hear it all the time time when we see it is that AI can get things wrong. It is going to get things wrong. We're not quite there yet. So it's important to always have a human in the loop. And so that's what we've done here. AI has gone through. Let's take a look at its reasoning a little bit. So it's gone through and it's looked at the campaign brief. It's looked at our PDF that we submitted, which was the output of that Word doc or smart sheet, right? And it started putting some information together here for us. So to have a human in the loop, we've asked AI to automatically create an approval task for a human to come in, review the email. So here we've got our subject line of the email, our header of the email, and then the body copy as well. So it's taken all this into account and it's designed an email for us based on all the information that we've given it, right? A human now is to come, make a few tweaks, but more than likely, if we've given it the correct instructions and it's abiding by our brand guidelines, we've got a pretty usable piece of content here, all right? And that was seconds rather than hours. And so we would go through, we'd approve that one. Great, we're ready to go. And then it unlocks the ability for our email to now go live. So we built dependencies into this AI Studio rule as well. The next one is our blog. So we can go in here and we can see, great, stop reading, start doing, how AI content summaries transform marketing operations, right? Like who doesn't want to read a blog like that? Especially if you're the person creating the content and you want to speed that up and have an assistant working along with you. And so we've got our blog here. Let me just read a few lines. In the fast-paced world of marketing operations, time is your most valuable asset. Campaign timelines compress, stakeholder requests multiply, and content documentation grows exponentially. For growth marketers, product marketers, and rev ops managers, staying aligned across teams, M dash, it's okay. It's not the standard one, and there aren't too many of them. Without drowning endless documents, has become an impossible balancing act. So I like the tone of this, right? Like it doesn't sound like, the here's the kicker, and I'm gonna drop bombs. Like this is. It feels like really just natural, and that's because we've given it some guidance. So here we've got our blog post here, ready to go live, so long as the human says it's okay. There we go. And now we can go live here. And so then we would be able to go, and if we were launching this as part of a larger campaign, we could then move it to our ready to convert. We convert this into a project template that we've created, and then we can start planning out and executing our campaign and have all the different approvals. So we've now taken the content, ideation, planning, execution, approval from like hours and weeks, right? Potential months, depending on the team, to minutes here with AI Studio. So now let's take a look behind the scenes to see exactly what this looked like. I'm gonna go up to my customize here. I'm gonna take a look at rules. And first we're gonna take a look at the draft creation. So this is what it looks like. Basically, we said when a task is moved to the section, we wanna make sure it's in the brief section, and we wanna do a couple of things. We wanna set a description, and then we wanna create a reminder here through a subtask to make sure that there is an attachment. So the way that this works is it says your job is to be an information extractor to create a project brief. A submitter of the form will provide information about their new campaign request. Specifically, it will include an attachment of their internal form they used to outline information and so on. So we've given it instructions. This is more or less the format of the brief that we want to receive. And so this is what we saw in the description. We're able to give it that guidance. And in this case, we're using Claude Sonnet 4 because we're doing some creative writing. And personally, I love Claude Sonnet 4 for that type of creative writing. So that's what our initial rule looked like for where we wanted to insert AI. You'll notice we changed the task title. So that was a really simple one, right? When the brief comes in, we want to use AI to change it. So choose a relevant title with a task name, subject, deliverables, and so on. And then the month as well. So let's take a look at the blast itself. So when the task is moved to draft creation, which is when I changed the custom field, right? We want to check if first that there's an attachment that's been added that contains campaign planning docs. So if that PDF wasn't uploaded and we didn't have at least that preliminary work done by our group of stakeholders, this rule wouldn't run. And so in the previous rule I showed you, it's just reminding the submitter to upload that attachment if it wasn't received earlier. It's also going to check if the deliverables are email blast, and that's what I selected in my form. And then it's going to create two subtasks. It's going to create the one for our human in the loop to review that email blast, and then it's going to connect to that email go live. So your job is to draft an email blast for the campaign. The email blast should be written inside the description of the subtask that is generated when the rule runs. Use the context you have from the task, including attachments and so on. And so it's giving us, again, the format. We've said this is what we want the emails to look like. We've given it that information. And in this case, we've uploaded our file here. And so we have our brand guidelines that it's referencing to make sure that the output adheres to what our best practices are. And so let's close that out. We'll go and take a look at the last one here for the blog draft. So same kind of thing. When the attachment exists based on the submission and blog is selected, create two subtasks. One for a human in the loop to review the AI generated blog post, and then unlock the ability to post that blog post if the human feels that it's ready to go live. So again, your job is to draft the blog post for this campaign. The blog should be written inside the description. Attached is a copy of the brand guidelines. So again, we've got our brand guidelines reference there. And this is what the structure of the blog post could look like. Now, an option for you, if you didn't want to have it in the description and take up, space in the guidance, we could add a brief, like an attachment here that we can use as like product knowledge. So if you were using like a custom GPT, you can add project knowledge, or if you're using Claude, you can add project knowledge in the form of like docs or PDFs or spreadsheets, things of that nature. So that's what that looks like behind the scenes. But so the reason why this really excites me is because for the first time, we have not an agent that's going to come in and replace a job. Like at this point in time in July 2025, I truly do believe that these tools are here to help us to ideate, to create faster, to have messaging that's more aligned with our brand guidelines and what our audience actually needs. And so there's never going to be a time where I'm going to say, yep, create this blog post for me and blindly send it out. Again, I don't think we're there yet. Who knows what will happen in 6 months. But for right now, we've got this AI teammate within Asana that's helping us move work faster to unblock people, right? To assist with a lot of the work that's on our plates, to give us time to think and, again, ideate. Try this out for yourself. There are so many other use cases. I'm going to be sharing a lot more of those use cases for different teams, different departments, different industries as well. So be on the lookout for those. But if you found this helpful, do me a favor and share it with somebody. There's a lot of skepticism around AI and a lot of fear around it as well. But I think if people see what it can do and what the potentials are, we'll be that much better off, and we'll see wider adoption and be able to normalize a lot of these tools being in the workplace, assisting people more than anything. But as always, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.